Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The regular session of the Sangguniang Panglungsod is about to commence. Everyone, please rise.
As the elected city vice mayor and the presiding officer, this 28th regular session is now called to order. Roll call, please.
The members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, Honorable Michael Gerard T. Morada, Honorable Galileo P. Angeles, Honorable Jennifer Spitey Toledo, Honorable Oscar M. Gozas II, Honorable Rio Fer Nicole H. Ronquillo, Honorable Venice D. Manalo, Honorable Miguel P. Lina III, Honorable Merlo P. Silva, Honorable Avior R. Rocafort, Honorable Ralph Peter S. Umali, Honorable Aris D. Macala, Honorable Percival V. Loho, Honorable Emmanuel T. Recto, Honorable John Paulo N. Macala, and the presiding officer, Honorable City Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez.
Do we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
May I request the Honorable Venice Manalo for the leading of the invocation and the singing of the national anthem.
Let us all remember that we are in the most holy presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, we pray that you carry us through this meeting. Even though we are not all in the same room, we pray for harmony during this meeting. Help us stay attentive and follow everything we do and say. Let us be as productive now as when we are together. Protect all of us in our daily lives. Help us be just as efficient as we are normally are. Keep all our equipment running smoothly without any glitches. Let every message we wish to send be uninterrupted and help us make beneficial decisions and let the meeting be a successful one. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Ilagay po natin ang ating kanang kamay sa kaliwang bahagi ng ating dibdib at sabay-sabay po natin awitin ang pambansang awit.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, ewas ng sinamalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang pinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisipil, sa nagagang tugong sa simoy at sa langit kong bagaw, ay hinatang tudla, kawit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iinit, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may matitigil, lupa ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, ang ibigaya na pagkay mga api, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Good morning, everyone. So we have Honorable Jujun Gozos via Google Meet. Privilege, anyone? Honorable Merlo Silva, you're recognized.
Magandang umaga ko, Ma'am Presiding Officer, sa ating mga kasamahan. Ito hong akin hong tatalakayin sa umagang ito at dadalhin ho sa atensyon ho ng ating Sangguniang Panlungsod. Ito ay may kinalaman sa operation po ng Small Town Lottery sa lungsod ng Lipa. Ito ay nagkaroon na ho ng mga committee hearing at natakil ho dito lang itungkol ho sa Mayor's Permit. Pero ang dapat ho siguro nating malaman, ano ba gano'n ang tunay na nakapaloob sa operation po ng Small Town Lottery sa lungsod ng Lipa. Ito baga ho ay kailan ho nagsimula ang prangkisa, kailan ho nag-expired, ano ho ang mga requirement, at ano ho naman ang Ayan, nakalimutan. Ano ho ang kinapapalooban ho ng prangkisa at ano ho na partisipasyon ng pamahalaan ng Lungsod ng Lipa or ng isang LGU na katulad ho ng Lungsod ng Lipa. Alam mo nyo, nung natatandaan ko ho, when I was a chairman of Games and Amusement way back 2010, panahon ngayon, na kung saan ho, si Kagawad Kiana ay, ang anak ko ni Kagawad Kiana ay nag-a-apply po ng prangkisa. At yun ho'y bagong-bago pa ang itong Small Town Lottery na kung saan ho'y 38 numbers, dati ho'y 37. Ay ako ho'y nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na makipag-usap sa PCSO, sa main office, at nakita ko ho ang mga detalye. Na kung saan ho, may certain percentage ho, ang city government, ang district, ang provincial government, and the atinong kapulisan. So, sa akin ng tingin, hindi na ho yata nangyayari ang sitwasyon ng ganon or yun ng ganong sharing. Dahil ho yung, alam mo natin, ang PCSO at yung Small Town Lottery, ito ay pagtulong sa atin ng mga kababayan, lalo na yung mga nangangailangan nating mga kababayan. At kaya nga ho ito ay sakop ho ito ng Philippines Charity Office na kung saan ho ay ito'y tumutulong sa atin ng mga kababayan nangangailangan, Madam Chair. Siguro, Madam Chair, ang gusto ko ang akin nung gusto tuuyin dito ay yung kinapapalooban ng prangkisa na tayo baga dito sa local ay pagdating ng franchise galing national, basta lang natin tatanggapin. Anong hold natin? Siguro tingnan ho natin ang gulo dahil hindi ho ako naniniwala na walang hold or wala hong pakialam ang isang LGU kapag binigyan ng prangkisa ng national. Dahil hindi naman ho tayo ganun lamang na basta dadating lamang galing sa national, isang prangkisa, hindi na ho natin pakikalma kung ano man yan. Siguro tayo may karapatan din dyan para ho alamin at kunan natin ang informasyon para sa ganun, in aid of legislation, makakapag-legislate tayo ng mga batas or ordinance, resolution na pwedeng angkop at magiging kapakipakinabang sa ating mga kababayan sa lungsod na Lipa. Katulad ho niyan, madami yung empleyado ang STL. Pero ano ho kinabukasan ng isang empleyado? Ang mga yung gaho ay may mga SSS, ang mga yung gaho may mga health card or health benefits, may mga insurance mo gaho. Kaya ho, siguro tingnan ho natin yon. Na sa ganun, Madam Chair, tayo ay makapagawa ng isang batas na magiging kapakipakinabang hindi lamang ho sa lungsod na Lipa, kundi sa mga empleyado ho ng STL, Madam Chair. Kaya ho, may refer ito sa tamang komitiba na sa ganun ho ay makapagpatawag ho tayo ng isang pagdinig or pwede rin ho na bigyan ho natin ang komitiba ng pagkakataon na makipag-usap sa PCSO upang malaman ho ang lahat ng detalye tungkol po sa prangkisa kaya.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Games and Amusements.
Isa pa rin ho, narito na rin ho at may pinulong mo si Consiel Aris. Tungkol naman nyo ito sa mga cell site. During that time of pandemic, basta daw ho, hindi ko alam to, dahil ako'y wala pa, correct me if I'm wrong, ay hindi na daw ho dumaan sa sanggunian ang pagpapasa ng pagkakaroon ho ng cell site sa mga barangay. Meaning to say, hindi na ho na-reclassify ang mga property na kung saan ito ay tinatayuan ng cell site. Paano sisingilin ng pamahalaan itong cell site na ang property nila ay agricultural in use? Ano ang magiging basihan? Padalwa, ito bagahong nagpaupa. Ito bagahoy may kulang binabayad bilang sila yung nagpapaupa. Ang ibig sabihin, Madam Chair, hindi ho dumaan sa sanggunian. At ayon ho sa ating ordinansa, kung ako hindi nagkakamali, kinakailangan pa rin kumuha yata ho ang isa hong telecommunication company na tinatawag na special use permit. Tama ako yung Mike? Oho. So, hindi rin ho siguro ito nabigyan ng sanggunian. So, paano ho, ano magiging basihan ng ating Treasurer's Office upang makakolekta ng tama hong buwis sa mga nasabi hong mga may-ari at mga kumpanya ho ng cell site na ito, Madam Chair. Kaya siguro, itama ho natin ang dapat itama para sa ganun. Dire-diretso ho ang takbo ng hindi na ho tayo magkaroon ng confusion ang ating mga treasurer at ang iba hong ahensya ng pamahalaan tungkol po sa bagay na ito. Kaya, may refer ito sa tamang komitiba, Madam Chair.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Land Use.
Okay, mamaya na ulit. Nakalimutan ko na yung isa.
Sige. Honorable Venice Manalo, you are recognized.
Good morning po, Madam Chair, and to my fellow councilors. Madam Chair, may I request po for the suspension of the rules as we have here visitors, group of dancers named the Prospect who will be joining po sa upcoming dance competition entitled Revolution International Dance Championship to be held at Melbourne, Australia this coming October 10, 2023.
Any second? Duly seconded. Rules suspended.
May I call on po one representative from the dance group to give us information or background po for your upcoming competition.
Good morning.
To Vice Mayor, to all the councilors here, staff, and barangay official, magandang umaga po. I am Prince po, the finance head of the Prospect Dance Group here at Lipa. And siguro po nagtataka po kayo kung bakit po nadito na naman po ako sa inyong harapan. So to give some background po sa aming group, ang aming group po is originated here at Lipa and we are almost 1 year na din pong nabuo. And marami na rin po kaming nasalihan
Excuse me, may interrupt. Silence, please. Consehal Aris, please. May nagsasalita po. Thank you. Please go ahead.
So going back po, so marami na rin po kaming nasalihan na contest na nationally and locally and nagrepresenta din po kami ng whole Lipa and Batangas sa World of Dance Philippines. So, and if you still remembering po, ako rin po yung nagsalita last time para po humingi po ng konting tulong. Luckily po, I am proudly and loudly say that the Prospect po is going to represent po ang ating country. And also po, ako po ay, I'm glad din po na sabihin sa inyo na aming grupo lang po yung na-qualified po sa buong Lipa and whole Batangas community po sa Melbourne, Australia. And siguro po, gagamitin ko na po yung word na medyo kakapalan ko na rin po ang mukha ko para humingi po ng konting tulong sa inyo and full support po para po sa darating naming contest. And sobrang laki lang po ng financial na kinakailangan namin. Based po sa research namin and sa pagtatanong po sa mga grupo na lumipad na din po sa Melbourne, Australia, 50 to 60,000 po individually yung nagastos nila. And so, kaya po ako ay nadito, ako po ay humihingi po ng 100% full support po sa inyong lahat. Yan lamang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you. Good luck po sa upcoming competition and all the best. And Lipa is very proud na to be able na mag-compete kayo dyan sa ganyang competition. It's already an honor for Lipa. Again, good luck and thank you and rest assured naman po na tutulong po ang Sangguniang Panlungsod sa inyo. Thank you. Session resumes. Honorable Merlo Silva, you are recognized.
Hinihingi ko na ho ang pasensya. At kanina ho'y nakalimutan ko ho. At Isa pa rin ng privilege speech, ho. Madam Chair. Ito lang ay medyo kinakailangan ho at mahalagang-mahalaga ho. Madam Chair, sa aking mga kasamahan, noong nagdaan hong araw, nagdaan hong buwan, nagdaoso tayo ng isa hong sports fest sa Lungsod Dalipa. At akin nga hong binabati ang atin hong butihing alkalde, Mayor Eric Africa, sa matagumpay ho na pagdaraos ng EBA Sports Fest. Ganun din ho ang lahat ho ng may kinalaman dito, sina Mr. Ronel Sarmiento, ang Community Affairs Office, ang SK Chairman, ang ating ABC, na sila ho ang mga punong abala sa mga sabi hong paliga ng ating butihing alkalde. Kaya naging matagumpay ho ang paliga ngayon at nagbigay ho ng bagong inspirasyon sa atin ng ibang mga kabataan na mahilig ho sa larangan ng sports. Ganun din ho sa atin ng mga kababayan na nagkaroon ho ng pagkakataon na malibang, nagkaroon ng pagkakataon ng makita nila kung ano rin ho ang mga programa ng ating pamahalaan pagdating ho sa larangan ng palakasan. Kaya ho, tayo ho sa buong sanggunian, siguro ay marapat na atin hong pasalamatan at i-congratulate ang atin hong butihing alkalde, Mayor Eric Africa. At sa kabila ho noon, Madam Chair, siguro rin ho, atin din hong i-recognize at pasalamatan ang lahat ho ng participating teams na nakilahok sa paliga pong ito ng atin hong butihing alkalde. At lalo tigit ho sa mga nanalo, nagkaroon ho ng naging champion, first runner-up, second runner-up, hanggang sa fourth runner-up. Kaya, Madam Chair, siguro sa tamang panahon or after this privilege speech, hihingin ko ho na tayo ho ay magpasa ng isang resolution recognizing and congratulating all the participating team and all the winners of the EBA Sports Fest 2023. So, can I make this an urgent matter? So I move for the urgency of this subject matter.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Makala, Lina, Manalo, Toledo, Recto. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
So, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution recognizing and congratulating all the participating teams and all the winners of the EBA Sports Fest 2023 held in Dalipa City for third and final reading. As yun ang mga team, siguro isama na ho natin yung lahat ng team at lagyan na rin ho natin ng mga kategorya kung saan ho sila nanalo, kung sila nag-champion. Ano pa? Kaya ho siguro, for third. Sige, ikaw na.
Okay, you are recognized,
Okay na
Honorable
yun?
Makala.
Okay na.
Hindi pa, wait lang.
Madam Chair, thank you. Since kami po ni Consel Merlo nag-come up doon sa mga teams, we forgot to include po yung individual sport event. So, if amenable naman po yung ating good counselor from Pulbok and Barangay Uno, ay may dagdag po natin yung individual sports para po dun sa final draft ng resolution. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I am amenable to this suggestion of the honorable gentleman from Barangay Balintawak.
Okay, jointly moved by Honorable Ronquillo, Angeles, Lina, Makala. Seconded by Honorable Manalo, Toledo, Rocafort. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Privileged Honorable Spite Toledo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning to the August body.
Silence, please.
Madam Chair, sa August 14 po ay makakatanggap po ang ating Mayor Eric Africa ng award mula po sa ALSWDOPI or Association of Local Social Welfare and Development Officers of the Philippines Incorporated. bilang Outstanding Local Chief Executive of the Philippines Component City Mayor category for Luzon Island. So, Madam Chair, nais ko po sana na makapagpasa po ng isang resolution recognizing and congratulating po our Mayor Eric Africa for urgency po, Madam Chair.
Any second? Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none. The motion is hereby approved for urgency.
I move for the passage of a resolution recognizing and congratulating Mayor Eric Africa for winning the Gawad Parangal Award for the Outstanding Local Chief Executive of the Philippines Component City Mayor category for Luzon Island from the Association of Local Social Welfare and Development Officers of the Philippines Incorporated for the third and final reading, Madam Chair.
Jointly moved by Honorable Ronquillo Angeles Manalo Silva, seconded by Honorable Morada Umali. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Lastly, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution recognizing CSWDO through the leadership of Ms. Lerma Lailo for the recognition received from ALSWDOPI for the entry of the Outstanding Local Chief Executive, CSWDO's effort and entry for the Gawad Parangal, our most outstanding mayor, City of Lipa Situationer 2020 to 2022, Family Risk Vulnerability Assessment Lipa Software, and Social Protection and Development Report 2020 to 2022 for urgency, Madam Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Ronquillo Umali. Discussion? Seconded also by Honorable Rocafort. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Also, Madam Chair, would like to ask for the approval for the third and final reading of the same subject, Madam Chair.
Any second? Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, Manalo, Angeles Ronquillo, seconded by Honorable Rocafort Umali. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Privilege, Honorable Avior Rocafort, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I would like to acknowledge my governor, Mikey Morada, and your opponent in the upcoming election for Vice Mayor, Attorney Gali Angeles. Madam Chair, I would like to inform this august body that I have now in my possession the letter of the City Mayor addressed to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod regarding the additional supplemental budget. May I request that the Supplemental Annual Investment Program 2023-02 amounting to, wala po kasi ako ditong computation, more or less, Madam Chair, 100 million pesos be referred to the Committee on Appropriation.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
100 million minus the 1 million for the training of the City Disaster Office and 2 million for the purchase of machineries and equipment of the City Disaster Office. So the remaining would be for the infrastructure project for our drainage system in the City of Lipa, Madam Chair. And also, Madam Chair, may I request that the chairperson refer to the Committee on the approval of the supplemental budget 2023-02 amounting to 100 million pesos. Be referred to the Committee on Appropriation.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Appropriations.
Second, Madam Chair, I would like to first acknowledge and thank the chairman of the Committee on Tourism.
Wow!
Bati na ho kami ni Konsehala.
Wow, that's on record.
Batiin na ho kami ni Konsehalo Binis. Dahil si Konsehalo Binis po ay natututo ng magdesisyon ng mga may hirap na ordinansa at resolusyon na inaaprubahan po ng Sangguniang Panlunsod. So, maaaring makaapekto sa karir niya, sa pagkandidato niya, pero hindi po iaalintala sa kabutihan ng mga nakararami, Madam Chair. So, I would like to acknowledge her and thank her for acting dun po sa ating proposal. Second, Madam Chair, the topic of my privilege would be, tayo po ang chairman ng Committee on Social Services, and under our committee, Madam Chair, ay hawak po natin ang Bahay Aruga, kung saan dinadala po natin yung mga children in conflict with the law at saka po yung mga children at risk. At hawak din po natin ang atin pong ang atin pong rehabilitation center kung saan dinadala naman po natin ang atin pong mga kababayan na biktima ng ipinagbabawal na gamot, Madam Chair. Dito po sa paghawak natin sa rehab center, napag-alaman po natin na mayroon pong ilan na mga estudyante na pumapasok po sa mga colleges, ang nare-refer po sa ating bahay rehab center, Madam Chair, dahil ang mga public colleges and universities ay nagre-require po ng drug test sa kanila pong mga estudyante. Ito naman po ay hindi masama. Ito po maganda pa nga dahil nadi-discourage ang atin pong mga estudyante na gumamit ng ipinagbabawal na gamot dahil po sa requirements ng school na drug test. Kaya lang, nababahala po tayo, Madam Chair, kung ano ang ginagawa sa mga resulta ng drug test sa mga estudyante na nag-a-undergo nito. Halimbawa, Madam Chair, na ang isang bata ay isang beses lamang gumamit ng pinagbabawal na gamot dahil sa na-impluwensyahan siya ng kanyang environment o ng kanyang mga kaibigan, sa di inaasahang pagkakataon, sa dala ng kanyang kahinaan, nakagamit siya ng isang beses. So dahil doon, at ito ay lumabas sa resulta ng public college and universities natin, i-require agad ng school na mag-undergo ng rehabilitation yung bata. Madam Chair, hindi ko alam kung itong ginagawa ng mga school ay higit na nakakatulong ba o nakakaapekto sa kalagayan ng bata na nabiktima ng paggamit ng ipinagbabawal na gamot. Considering halimbawa po, yun pong recidivist o yung laging gumagamit, okay lang po na i-rehab natin. Pero kung mapapatunayan po na yung isang estudyante ay isang beses lang gumamit dahil nga po mahina ang kanyang pundasyon o dala ng problema o dala ng environment o mga kabarkada niya tapos i-rehab agad natin at matitigil sa pag-aaral ng isang taon, ay hindi ko alam kung ano yung magiging epekto nito sa bata. So Madam Chair, siguro po ay magandang mapag-aralan ng Committee on Social Services yung confidentiality ng mga records ng drug test ng ating mga estudyante, considering na sila po ay bata pa, yung pinoprovide ng mga schools na support services sa mga batang mapapatunayan na sila po ay gumagamit. Pag sila po ba ay nagparehab, ito po ba ay sagot ng pamilya o may kahati ang school? Ano po ba ang proseso ng mga universities and colleges natin dito sa lungsod ng Lipa? So Madam Chair, with this privilege, I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on Social Services.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Social Services. Okay.
Madam Chair, may question lang po kay Consel Lavior. Consel, ano po ang, gaano katagal usually nare-rehab yung isang estudyante na naulit nyo
Natatakot naman ako, tinatanong ako ng governor ko.
Hindi, ako ay...
Minimum of 6 months to 8 months, Madam Chair, up to 1 year. So it depends upon the the program na ibibigay doon sa bata depende po sa kalagayan niya at sa estado niya doon sa paggamit niya ng ipinagbabawal na gamot.
Tulad po nun, sabi nyo kanina, Madam Chair, naulit ni Consel Avior na yung isang estudyante na minsan lang gumamit na na-influensyahan. So, automatic, 6 to 8 months? Ganun ang assessment ng kanilang kalagayan?
Ito po, Madam Chair. Opo, minimum of 6 months po pag nagpa-rehab, Madam Chair. Pero sa mga private rehabilitation, sa atin po dito sa rehabilitation center sa public, tayo po ay minimum of 6 months. 6 to 8 to 1 year. Dito po sa atin, sa yung pong city run na rehabilitation center. Pero sa mga private rehabilitation center, 1 year po sila. Pero anytime, pwede naman po siyang i-pull out ng pamilya. Kaya lang, hindi kompleto yung programa. So, having said that, Madam Chair, for purposes of discussion, sinabi po natin yung, andyan na kasi yun. Sinabi lang po natin yung isang beses kasi pag ikaw po ay nag-positive, talagang hindi ka tatanggapin sa school. Ikaw ay i-rehab talaga. So, ang atin pong gustong tingnan ay kung ito po ba ay ginagawa sa lahat ng schools.
Tama. Ako naman po ay sumasang-ayon sa inyo at ito naman ay mga estudyante ay biktima rin ng mga tulad yan, peer pressure o kung ano mga sitwasyon na kanilang kalagayan. Kaya nagugulat lang ako na kailangan nila mag-undergo ng rehab. Pag sinabi mong rehab, medyo meron na silang addictive na pinagdadaanan. So maganda nga, Konsehal, na matakel at kung paano ma-assess yung mga ganong klaseng bagay.
At saka at the same time, Madam Chair, this is now a requirement. Hindi ko po alam kung requirement sa mga colleges and universities na bago ka pumasok, kailangan may drug test ka. So hindi ko alam ang legality kung pwedeng i-mandate ng mga schools kasi tayo naman po may mga background din sa batas. Pero tinitingnan po natin kung pwede ba o hindi na i-mandate na ito ay mag-iisa nilang requirements. And pag ikaw ay nakagamit, hindi ka makakapag-enroll sa school. Automatic, kailangan mo mag-undergo muna ng rehab at mag-present ka ng certification na may clearance ka, nakapag-rehab ka bago ka pumasok. So, pasok. Ngayon, ang atin pong focus ng ating anti-drug campaign ay yung outside. Ngayon, pasukin naman po natin yung mga institutions na may ganito palang mga polisiya na unaware po tayo na may mga polisiya silang ipinatutupad na ganito sa mga eskwelahan. Hindi lang po natin alam kung pati sa high school and elementary ay ginagawa ito, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Pero tingin ko, Madam Chair, maganda yung ganong klaseng may perception ng takot kahit papano para maiwasan din. Pero i-assess na lang natin kung paano i-monitor at hindi naman ma-abuse yung mga sobra naman kasi yung 6 to 8 months kung minsan lang.
Yun nga po sinabi ko, maganda po dahil merong takot sa kanila na gumamit.
Okay, Attorney Gali, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And also thank you to Councilor Avior for bringing that issues for the interest of our students. Siguro as a suggestion for the committee that who's going to hear this issue, I think before they can undergo a drug rehabilitation program, there should be an imposed requirement upon the schools that the subject child should first be assessed for drug dependency. There is this drug dependency examination being conducted by the professionals like doctors. I-assess nila yan kung yung bang addiction ng bata has already reached the stage of dependency that they cannot live or exist in yung everyday gawain nila without being dependent on drugs, or if it's just an isolated instance where they used illegal drugs. So in this way, it will not be unfair for the children that they should or mandatorily undergo a drug rehabilitation program kung hindi naman po sila dependent doon sa drugs sa paggamit ng illegal drugs before they can function normally in school. So, tama rin po si Consiel Abior na kailangan malaman natin sino mag-shoulder ng drug dependency examination ng mga bata. Is it dapat may shoulder in school kasi sila may gusto nito, ilang percentage, and then pag i-rehab ba, ano ba yung mga agreements na magagawa nila. Siguro, in this way, we could also impose or enact an ordinance regulating the policy of the school regarding drug rehabilitations of those who would be found positive for the illegal use of for the use of illegal drugs.
Okay, thank you. I'm declaring a
Last-
recess.
Teka lang, last.
Can I declare a recess?
Last na.
Sige, 1 minute.
Last 1 minute, bye.
Okay.
Ikaw
For
pa naman-
final comments already, okay?
Wag mong i-recess ang kalaban mo.
Ano ba? Diyan na
Isa pa, Madam Chair, na mapag-aralan din natin ay, kasi pag po sa labas ka nagpa-drug test at nag-positive ka, dinidiretso yata nila sa DOH for confirmatory, tapos binibigyan din nila ng kopya ang PNP. Ito po ba mga estudyante, pag sila nag-positive, may kopya rin po ba ang PNP at makakasama sila sa drug list po natin. So mapag-aralan din namin ng committee dahil doon, kawawa naman ho ang bata, baka mamaya sira na nga, sisirain pa ho natin, kawawa naman. So maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Okay, I'm declaring a recess. Session resumes. Privilege, Honorable Merlo Silva, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, pasensya na ho uli. It is very urgent matter. I have received a letter from the City Mayor na binibigay sa atin na tayo ho ay maggawa ng isang resolution na siya ho ay magkaroon ng agreement sa Department of Health. Madam Chair, ito ay may kinalaman sa dalawang super health center na kinakailangan hong itayo sa lungsod ho ng Lipa, na ito ho ay pondo mula sa DOH. Kung hindi ho natin bibigyan ng mayor ng isang authority, ay sayang ho ang pondo. Baka ho ito ay mapapunta sa iba. So, let us grab the opportunity na magkaroon ho tayo ng super health center with the expense of the national government, Madam Chair. So, I'm requesting the Chair to repair pa sa committee or I just make a motion in this regard. So, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into an agreement with the Department of Health to construct 2 super health center in the city of Lipa to be funded by the Department of Health for third and final reading.
For urgency, any
for
second? Duly seconded by the members of the august body. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
And the same is approved for third and final reading.
Jointly moved by Honorable Ronquillo Angeles, Lina, Morada, Macala, Manalo. Seconded by Honorable Umali, Toledo. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Privilege, Honorable Venice Manalo, you are recognized.
Again, Madam Chair, I would like to move for the suspension of the rules as we recognize here the winners of Misters of Filipinas Lipa City 2023.
Any second? Duly seconded. Rule suspension. Rule suspended. Okay, session resumes. Privilege. Wala na po magpe-privilege. We now proceed with the reading of the minutes of the preceding session and approval of the same. Honorable Attorney Gali Angeles, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully move to dispense with the reading of the minutes and the approval of the August 2, 2023 regular session.
Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Proposed ordinances and resolutions for the second reading. Honorable Merlo Silva, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. When it comes to the committee report number 2023-003 of Committee of Public Works, may I request the beautiful and kind secretary to read the committee report of Public Works. Are, oh.
Dispense.
Hindi ka ba?
I'm declaring a recess. Session resumes. Sige, Attorney.
Committee report number 2023-003 for Honorable Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez from the Committee on Public Works. The subject of referral is the letter of the City Mayor, Honorable Eric B. Africa, addressed to the Sangguniang members for the passage of a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor of Lipa to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Lipa and the Department of Public Works and Highways. Findings: the letter of the City Mayor referred to this committee is the letter of the City Mayor, Honorable Eric B. Africa, through the City Vice Mayor, Honorable Camille Angeline M. Lopez, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing him, in behalf of the City of Lipa, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Department of Public Works and Highways, Regional Office Number 4-A. The MOA shall be for the design and construction of solar water systems at Barangay Halang Talisay, San Guillermo, and construction of water system and facilities in Barangay Lumbang, Lipa City. Under the Memorandum of Agreement, number 1, the DPWH Batangas shall undertake the design and construction of solar water system in Barangay Halang Talisay, San Guillermo, and construction of water system and facilities in Barangay Lumbang, Lipa City, Batangas. Subject of this memorandum agreement, utilizing the funds appropriated under the FY 2023 General Appropriation Act for the same, in accordance with the DPWH guideline for implementation of all construction of solar water system projects under the FY 2023 GAA DPWH budget. Number 2, the DPWH Batangas 4 DEO and the local government unit of Lipa City, Batangas shall jointly issue certification for the project attesting the adequacy of water source availability of a suitable location and all other undertaking by the parties using the form provided in the above-mentioned DPWH guidelines. Number 3, the local government unit of Lipa City, Batangas shall provide the necessary government-owned land free from any claim, dispute, of legal controversy for the project, identify the water source for the project, secure a certification from its city or municipal health officer attesting the quality, potability, or safety of the project's water supply, and extend its assistance to the implementing office in securing the required permits from relevant government agencies, including but not limited to the NWRB and DENR, for the implementation of the project within its jurisdiction. Number 4, the DPWH Batangas 4 DEO and the local government unit of Lipa City, Batangas shall jointly monitor the progress and implementation of the project and work together to resolve any issues and concerns that may arise during its implementation. And finally, number 5, upon completion of the construction of the DPWH Batangas DEO 4 and submission of letter by the local government unit of Lipa City, Batangas as required by the DPWH. Recommendation: since the said project shall be beneficial to the constituents of the City of Lipa, this committee recommends the approval of the request and the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor Eric B. Africa to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Lipa and the Department of Public Works and Highways Regional Office Number 4-A for the design and construction of solar water systems at Barangay Halang, Talisay, San Guillermo, and construction of water system and facilities in Barangay Lumbang, Lipa City. Respectfully submitted, signed by Chairperson, Councilor Merlo P. Silva, and members Councilor Miguel P. Lina III and Councilor Oscar M. Gossos II.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I move that this committee report of Public Works be adopted.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Manalo Macala Lina. Discussion? Objection? Discussion? Question? Honorable Spy Toledo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, gusto ko lang pong malaman saan po kaya sa mismong San Guillermo, Lumbang at Halang yung area na inaay po ng local government para paggawan po ng solar system, water system.
Pagdating ho dito sa Talisay, ayon ho kay Kapitan Evisio, ay may nag-donate ng isang 250 square meter na property na doon ho ilalagay ang solar panel. Somewhere pa, malapit ho sa bundok. At yun naman ho sa San Guillermo, ay di doon ho lang sa makalampas ho ng school. At dito naman ho sa Lumbang ho, wala.
Halang.
Sa Halang ho, ay di doon ho sa mataas na lugar na nangangailangan din ho sila ng 250 square meter.
And then, Madam Chair, isang pa pong tanong, pag po na-implement po itong solar water system po natin, ito po ba ay, paano po ang mangyayari ng distribution? May tubig po ba na aakyat na makakapagbigay po sa mga residential and commercial po natin?
Yes,
Or
that's
sa
the purpose.
Or sa water district po mismo
No.
diretso?
Hindi ho. Yun ay sila yung magkakaroon ng sarili nilang pumping machine na through solar panel para magbigay ho mag-produce ng tubig ho. Parang instead ho na gagamit tayo ng kuryente, ay from solar na lang ho.
So ito po, Madam Chair, na project na ito ay i-connect po sa water district po or hindi?
Hindi ho.
Paano
hindi.
po-
Konektado ho ito sa, yung dalawa, konektado ho rin sa Batilek in case na yung solar, yung storage ho ay makapusin or medyo, halimbawa hong bumagyo, ilang araw ho na wala hong hindi sumisikit ang araw. So, you know, about time, parang ang mangyayari doon, abang lamang ang atin hong electric power.
So may nakaabang po tayo na certain amount of water in case of emergency
Yes.
or kung kinakailangan po natin. Pero kunyari, Madam Chair, for ilang days, dahil madalas naman tinatamaan ng bagyo ang Pilipinas at nagpapasalamat tayo na ang Lipa ay hindi dinadaanan ng ganitong mga klaseng kalamidad. Paano po yung billing system po ba nun? Meron din po bang billing system na mangyayari, Madam Chair?
It's up to the barangay ho kung ano ho yung kanilang gagawing sistema para sa mga end user.
So ang makaka-avail lang po ba nito, Madam Chair, ay yung 3 barangay po?
Yun lang mang ho ang sakop ng project na ito. If ever na may ibang barangay na magre-request, siguro pwede ho. Kaya lang, itong 3 ito ang medyo nahihirapan pagdating ho sa supply ho ng tubig at ang 3 barangay nito ang hindi ho konektado sa water district. May sarili ho silang kwan.
So sila po ay meron ding parang cooperative ng water. Tapos, i-upgrade lamang po sila into solar para mas gumanda po yung water flow.
Yes.
Tama po?
At bukod doon, makatipid sila instead na direkta magbabayad sila ng mahal sa Batilek, ang magpapatakbo ho ay kuryente, hindi na, at solar na, libre na.
Okay, Madam Chair.
Are you satisfied? Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby
Thank you very much,
approved for
Madam
the
Chair.
second reading. Honorable Mike Lina, you are recognized.
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair. With the permission of the Chairman of Committee on Housing, I move that we dispense the reading of Committee Report on Housing 2023-052 from letters A to W, and the same be approved for second reading.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Umali Makala. Discussion. Honorable Avio Rocafort, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, with the permission of the proponent, may I know from Konsehal Mike Lina, because I noticed dito po sa committee report number,
Letter.
teka ha,
Letter.
napakarami. Committee report number,
Letter.
letter A, B, C, D, E, F,
H.
G, H. Madam Chair, from Committee A to H, reclassification of from residential to institutional of Sister Liseldi Aranas. Mapapansin po natin, nagpa-reclassify siya ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 properties na hiwa-hiwalay. Ito po ba ay dikit-dikit o magkakahiwalay na properties?
Madam Chair, ayon po sa kay Sister Lisel, nung mag-committee hearing po kami nung Monday, ito po mga properties nito na nasabi ni Consel Abior, ito po ay magkakadikit. Dikit-dikit po sila.
So bakit po magkakahiwalay yung reclassification? Instead, Madam Chair, na we total the amount of square meters being reclassified by the owner. Bakit po magkakahiwalay yung... Magkakahiwalay po ba ang may-ari?
Magkakaibang titulo yan.
Magkakaibang titulo.
Magkakaibang title, Madam Chair, ang alam ko. Kaya magkakaiba ang request.
Pero isa po ang may-ari.
Isa po ang may-ari. Ito po ay yung gagawing sa kumbento. Diyan po sa barangay Sabang, sa May City Park po yan.
Ito po ba yung lahat na ng property nila o a certain portion of their property lang?
Ang alam ko po ay lahat na ito. Lahat na, Madam Chair.
So, ito na po yung buong property
Buong
nila.
property. Magkakaiba lang po ang title, that's why iba-ibang request. Okay na po.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Venice Manalo, you are recognized. Please observe proper decorum.
Madam Chair, hindi lang po umabot sa verbal. Sa agenda po yung ating committee hearing kasi kahapon lang po tayo nakapag-conduct. But may I move for the approval for the second reading of my committee report on tourism, Madam Chair. For second reading.
Can you indicate the
Okay,
title?
the ordinance adopting the official seal of the City of Lipa, regulating its use and providing penalties for violations thereof. Ito po yung regarding sa paggamit ng pangalan, official seal and dry seal ng Lipa sa iba't ibang uri po ng patimpalak and events dito po sa City of Lipa.
Any second? Seconded by the... jointly moved by Honorable Avior Rocafort. Any second? Seconded by Honorable King Umali. Discussion, Honorable Avior Rocafort, you are recognized.
Madam Chair,
Pero
amendment
dalawang
lang po
events
Okay
doon
po.
sa
Pero
original
dalawang
ordinance.
events na to. Payag naman yung mga organizers.
Doon po sa original ordinance, Madam Chair, dry seal po at saka official seal.
Ang nakalagay.
ang nakalagay sa title. Pero doon po sa provisions, isasama po natin yung name. As custodian po ng dry seal, official seal, and name ng LIPA, ay regulatory na rin po on our part na i-regulate ang paggamit nito dun sa mga competitions at contests na ginagawa ng mga private organizers sa LIPA.
Okay. Open for amendment naman po.
Okay. Any further questions?
Hinahangaan ko na ho si Konsehala Binis.
Wow.
Konsabi. Ito lang. Wala lang to dun sa... Ano, yan lang. Nilalagay. Tayo. Pero is per organizer, dalawang events na yung gina nila. Pwedeng i-contact.
Any question? Okay na. Honorable Merlo Silva, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, may nakita ko na may bayarin na kapag ginamit ho ang seal na LIPA. Is it the way how to promote the city of LIPA? Na pababayaran natin ang gagamit ng seal ng LIPA. Dapat ipinopromote pa nga natin, dapat tuwa pa tayo na magamit ang seal na city of LIPA para sa ganun, tayo i-promote. Kaysa tayo bumayad pa ng mga advertisement na dito pala sa Pilipinas, ay may city of LIPA.
Madam,
Is this the way how to promote the city of our
Tito
city?
Merlo, actually, that was my proposal before. Kaya lang po, marami po kasing mga event organizers, mga private businesses po, na gumagamit ng pangalan ng LIPA, dry seal ng LIPA, without permission po sa local government unit ng LIPA. And marami po kasing mga agencies and mga businesses na nasa scam po and nadadamay po ang pangalan ng LIPA. So, if ayaw naman po nilang gamitin
Madam Chair, in what sense? Kasi ganito, may nangyari na may nangyari na ginamit ang City of Lipa na naka-apekto sa syudad na Lipa. Meron na. Ano ang ginawa ng city government? Anong aksyon? So, may differentiate tayo. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman sa pamamagitan ng pagpapenalty o pagkuhan, na madidisiplina. Siguro, ang tingnan natin yung isang anggulo na kung paano, yung, ikaw natin na, halimbawa, ang paggamit ng seal ng LIPA ay mga taga-LIPA.
Tito Merlo, seal, dry seal, and name.
Kaya nga.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, ang purpose naman nila ay maganda pagpo-promote din sa city, di
Pero
ba?
may times po kasi, Tito Merlo, na marami pong nasa-scam.
Like, for example, anong scam? Sige.
Halimbawa, tulad po ng isang model agency, ginamit po halimbawa ay, pangalan ng agency nila, tapos may kadugtong na LIPA.
Pangalan ng agency, okay.
At pangalan agency, tapos may LIPA po na nakalagay. Halimbawa, House of Models LIPA, ganun. Halimbawa lang po yun So, may mga parents po na pumupunta po sa aming opisina, humihingi po ng reklamo kasi akala po nila, government po ng LIPA, yung control po yung agency na yun. Kasi sabi po nila, na-scam daw po sila nung organizer. Yun pala po, wala namang mangyayaring event, wala naman po palang mangyayaring rampahan na pinangako pa daw po sa SM. So, ayun po.
Bakit hindi nila dinimanda ang agency?
Tumakas na nga daw po, umalis na. Hindi ko na po alam kung...
So, ano naging tulong o ano naging epekto sa City of Lipa? Sasabihin natin, nagamit. Sa akin tingin.
Akala po kasi nila, tayo po ang nagpapa-event ng mga...
Ibig sabihin, ignorance of the law.
Tulad na lang po...
Ibig sabihin, akala.
Also, Tito Merlo, yun pong recent...
Ignorantehan na yon, yung akala. Dahil kasi, di bago ka sumali sa isang contest, sa isang pageant, alam mo na kung sino mga organizer, hindi ka naman, basta nila sasali Di sabihin, yung tinitingnan, sino ka organizer, sino gito. Okay, ginamit ang seal ng LIPA. May kinalaman ka dito ang LIPA. Ay di ini, makakapagtanong.
We're teammates. Hi, Tito Merlo.
Hi.
Madam Chair, hindi naman po lahat ng tao na sumasali sa mga competition, alam itong mga sinasabi ni Consel Merlo. Ito pong ginawa nating ordinansa, ay para bigyan ng proteksyon ang lungsod ng Lipa sa mga scammers at at the same time, bigyan din ng proteksyon yung mga kababayan natin na sa pag-aakala nila ay gaganda ang karir nila sa pagpasok nila sa mga ganitong uri ng profesyon, pero may scam sila, Madam Chair. Yun pong pagsampa ng kaso sa mga organizers is the personal choice ng mga magrereklamo o ng mga na-scam. Pero, as of the moment, wala po tayong ordinansang controlling sa syudad ng Lipa para sampahan ng kaso ng Lipa itong organizer na ito, Madam Chair. Bukod sa estapa, na pwede mong isampa kung may pera involved. So, ngayon, with this ordinance, nagbibigay po tayo ng pwede nating ikaso dito sa mga organizer na ito. Ito pong sinasabi ni Consel Merlo na promotion ay maganda. We are if these organizers would like to use the name and the seal of Lipa for promotion, for promoting the city, maganda po, Madam Chair. Kaya lang, hindi naman po lahat ng mga organizers itong intensyon. Paano po yung mga organizers na masasama ang intensyon? So ito pong ordinansa ni Konsehala Binis ay regulatory in nature.
Okay? Can I?
Sige, go.
Ito ka, Madam Chair. Nakita ko kasi ganito. Ang isa hong organisasyon, correct me if I'm wrong, ay hindi ho makakapagdaos. Like, let's say sabihin natin beauty pageant or kung ano man. Ito bagay nakakapagdaos without the knowledge ng proper department.
Wala.
Proper agency.
Oo. Ito hong katatapos lang na ipinasenta sa atin. This is without the knowledge of the city government of Lipa. Using the name of Lipa in a competition.
Oh, bakit ina-acknowledge natin?
Because the winner is Lipenyo.
Hindi, bakit ina-acknowledge natin?
Aba, in-acknowledge niyo eh.
Aba, hindi ako. Si Bisi. Hindi, biro. Hindi, biro.
Dito ho sa ito hong competition na ito na katatapos lamang, kung inyong susuriin, meron dito mga contestants that are not legitimate residents of Lipa City and even not a registered voter of Lipa, but a registered voter of a different municipality.
Okay. Siguro,
But will represent Lipa in the national competition.
Okay. Ang akin tingin, ganito kasi, parang ganito ha, isang proyekto mula sa national, provincial, or saan man, dapat alam ng city government of Lipa. Tama. Pero yung lahat ng affair, yung mga nangyayari sa Lipa, lalo na yung mga fundraising, lalo na yung mga beauty pageant na yan, dapat din alam ng City of Lipa. Hindi yung parang kabuti na lang na, may contest. Sasali mga taga-Lipa.
Okay.
Yun. Pero not necessary na yung pagbabayad ng silyo ng Lipa ay yun na ang pinaka-way or passes para sila ay magpapagawa.
Hindi na.
Dapat, kasi, may kaukulan silang dapat na clearance na hingin or bayaran sa city government. Hindi yung seal for hire.
Hindi to seal for hire, Madam Chair. The title of the ordinance is adopting the official seal of the City of Lipa, regulating its use, and providing penalties for violation thereof. Doon po sa sinabi ni Consel Merlo kanina na dapat alam ng syudad ng Lipa, ay ito na nga po ang paraan para malaman natin. Para sabihin ko kay Consel Merlo, ito pong mga ganitong national competition, ito po'y hindi na private organizers ang may hawak, hindi po ito gobyerno, national government ang nagpapatakbo. Ito po ay private organizations at kung meron pong gusto sa local na magpa-competition dito, ito po ipa-franchise nila. So, bibilhin po nila ang pangalan sa national organizer ng competition para ma-localize nila. Naintindihan ka ho ninyo? Parang negosyo ho ito.
Para si Singson, yung international pageant, hindi natalo lang si Singson. Di ka? Tama. Yung Miss Universe yata. Minuhaw ako doon kahit hindi ako nasali sa pageant.
Okay. So, yan ho ang sistema ng ating pinag-uusapan.
Para bagang, dapat nga, pinopromote pa natin. Kung maaari, sige, gamitin nyo. Huwag lang gamitin nyo sa sindikato. Di ka? Ang ibig sabihin, dapat mga clearances,
Ito ho ang clearance. Ang clearance, kung inyo ho mababasahin ng ordinansa, hihingi ho sila sa sangguniang paglungsod ng clearance na magamit ang selyo at pangalan ng lipa sa isang competition. Pag pinagbigyan ho ng city government, through the sangguniang paglungsod, because this is the representation of the people of Lipa, pag pinagbigyan ho, ay meron ho silang babayarang kaukulang fee. Bakit? Kasi ho, ang mga private organizers na ito ay kumikita. Nag-i-sponsor ho sila, nagbebenta sila ng ticket, so dapat magbayad sila sa gobyerno.
so dyan mong ganun.
O, yun nga.
Oo.
Ito nga ho yun.
Ibig sabihin, dapat siguro, hindi yung, dapat may iba pang penalty. Ang ilagay natin.
May penalty ho ito.
Ano nakalagay?
Ang penalty ho dito is penalty
Hindi,
at
bukod sa 5,000.
fine of 5,000 and imprisonment of 1 to 6 months.
Nakalagay dyan. Okay, thank you.
So any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading. Unfinished business, Honorable ABC Boy Recto, you are recognized.
Morning, Madam Chair at sa ating mga kasamahan. Madam Chair, after revision of the previous ordinance by Barangay Lumbang and the committee's thorough review, I would like to dispense the reading of the minutes of Committee Report of Barangay 2022-004 and be approved for second reading.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Silva. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Business for the day.
Business for the day. Number 1, letter of the Honorable City Mayor Eric B. Africa forwarding the request of Rene Mayo for the issuance of special use permit for the proposed residential and commercial pool to be located at Barangay Pinagtong Ulan, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use. I'm declaring a recess. Session resumes. Okay, attorney.
Business for the day, number 2. Letter of the Honorable City Mayor Eric B. Africa endorsing the draft of the Agreement of Consolidation and Subdivision of Parcels of Land wherein Lot 3 with an area of 117 square meters will be titled in favor of the City Government of Lipa.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 3, reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of spouses Miguelito Katapang and Jean Recinto Katapang of the 200 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Pinagtong Ulan, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 4, reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Mr. Erickson Malaluan of the 150 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Bagong Pook, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 5, reclassification request of Rene Mayo of the 852 square meter parcel of property from agricultural use into residential use and 2,000 square meter parcel of property from agricultural use into commercial use located at Barangay Pinagtong Ulan, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 6, reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Angelito Agonia of the 71 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Malagonlong, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 7, reclassification request from residential to commercial use of Ferdinand Manzanal Castillo of the 396 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Banay-Banay, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 8, reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Edgardo Evangelista of the 1,534 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay San Jose, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 9, reclassification request from residential to commercial use of Manolo Magnaye of the 339 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay San Sebastian, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 10, reclassification request from agricultural use to residential use of spouses Michael and Gia Wasmer of the 1,200 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Santo Toribio, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 11, reclassification request from residential to commercial use of Ronel Lingao of the 393 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Lodlod, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 12, reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Mr. Randy Orino of the 663 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Lodlod, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 13, reclassification request from agricultural use to residential use of Ms. Perla Omali of the 334 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Tangway, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 14, reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Ms. Carmela Custodio of the 200 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Munting Pulo, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 15, reclassification request from agricultural/residential use to commercial use of Mr. Ernesto Hipolito Jr. of the 1,318 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Dagatan, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 16, reclassification request from agricultural use to residential use of Ms. Maria Alicia Semanya of the 1,715 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Banay-Banay, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 17, reclassification request from agricultural use to commercial use of Ms. Emilia Vergara Micosa of the 200 square meter portion of property located at Barangay San Celestino, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 18, reclassification request from residential use to commercial use of Mr. Ernani Monsayak of the 201 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Tambo, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 19, reclassification request from agricultural use to residential use of Mr. Alvin De Guzman of the 500 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Latag, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 20, reclassification request from agricultural use to commercial use of Mr. Jonas E. Galit of the 400 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Marawoy, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 21, reclassification request from residential use to commercial use of Mr. Julio Bungo of the 60 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Banay-Banay, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 22, reclassification request from agricultural use to commercial use of Mr. Jem Tenyoso of the 100 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Sampaguita, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 23, reclassification request from agricultural use to residential use of Venancio and Norma Lescano of the 1,000 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Santo Toribio, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 24, reclassification request from residential use to commercial use of Mr. Joel Montalbo of the 151 square meter parcel of property located at Barangay Lodlod, Lipa City.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 25, supplemental budget number 1 for the budget year 2023 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Malitlit, Lipa City in the amount of 337,000 pesos.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 26, supplemental budget number 1 for the budget year 2023 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Pinagkawitan, Lipa City in the amount of 650,000 pesos.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 27, supplemental budget number 1 for the budget year 2023 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Sais, Lipa City in the amount of 202,000 pesos.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 28, letter of Attorney Joanne De Venecia Fabul, First Vice President, OIC Head, Regulatory and Strategic Affairs of PLDT Incorporated, furnishing the attached position paper and comments on the proposed ordinance of the City of Lipa on imposing a mayor's permit fee on electric and/or telecommunication poles and posts.
Noted.
Number 29, Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Batangas Resolution Number 931, Year 2023, approving Special Ordinance Number 34-2023 of the City of Lipa, Batangas, entitled Ordinance Reclassifying from Agricultural Use into Residential Use the 24,353 square meter portion of property located at Barangay Anilao, Labac, Lipa City.
Noted.
Number 30, Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Batangas Resolution Number 891, Year 2023, approving Special Ordinance Number 186-2023 of the City of Lipa, Batangas, entitled Ordinance Reclassifying from Agricultural Use into Residential Use of 98,782 square meters parcel of property located at Barangay San Lucas, Lipa City.
Noted. Kindly please observe proper decorum. Thank you. Resolutions and ordinances for the third and final reading. Honorable Merlo Silva, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With regard to the committee report of Committee on Public Works, I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor, Eric B. Africa, to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Lipa and the Department of Public Works and Highways, Regional Office Number 4-A, for the design and construction of solar water system at Barangay Halang, Talisay, San Guillermo, and construction of water system and facilities in Barangay Lumbang, Lipa City, for third and final reading.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Umali Makalalina Manalo. Objection. Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Honorable Mike Lina, you are recognized.
Dina. Good morning again, Madam Chair. Again, with the permission of the Chairman on Housing, I move for the approval for third and final reading, Committee Report on Housing 2023-052 from letters A to W.
Seconded by Honorable Rocafort. Jointly moved by Honorable Rocafort. Silva, seconded by Honorable Makala Umali Manalo. Objection. Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
And likewise, Madam Chair, i-request ko lang po na yung from letters A to H, isang ordinansa na lang po.
Okay.
And the same, yung P to W.
Noted po. Pwede ba?
And again, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of ordinance for the exemption from the payment of reclassification fees of the yung letters A to H din po. Meron. Yung reclassification fee, Konsyal. I-exempt po natin. Nag-request po ang ating mga madre na ma-exempt sa reclassification fee. Yun. Urgent? Okay, hindi.
Include na.
Kasama po yun.
So as, okay. Sige po. Noted.
Oo, kasama na sa report.
Okay, noted po.
Okay na.
Okay na.
Thank you,
Approved
Madam
na.
Chair.
Honorable Venice Manalo, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance adopting the official seal of the City of Lipa and regulating its use for third and final reading.
Any second? seconded by Honorable Umali. And of course, jointly moved by the Honorable Avio Rocafort. Wow!
May isa pa. May isa pa po.
Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Likewise, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance penalizing the unauthorized use of the name and seal of LIPA for third and final reading.
Jointly moved by Honorable Avio Rocafort, seconded by Honorable Silva. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
You are recognized,
Thank you,
Honorable
Madam Chair.
ABC Boy Rector.
I move for the passage of a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance 02, 2022 of Barangay Lumbang for third and final reading.
Any, seconded by Honorable Silva, Manalo, Umali. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Merlo Silva, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, ito ho naman ay nagkaroon na ho ng committee hearing. Ito ay kinakailangan daw ho. At ito ay may approval ho ang mayor for the urgency. So, Madam Chair, when it comes to the property of Barangay Quezon, with an area of 55,485 square meters, I move for the urgency of this subject matter, Madam Chair. May nag-second na.
Seconded by Honorable Macala Paulo, Rocafort, Umali. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
So, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance reclassifying the property of Miss Erica C. Rivera of the 55,485 square meters located at Barangay Quezon from agricultural use to residential use for third and final reading.
Seconded by Honorable Rocafort, Umali, Macala. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Another one?
Another one. Sandali, sir. Madam Chair, when it comes to the item number 16 for the business for the day, Madam Chair, with due respect to the chairman and the members of this committee, I move that this matter be considered as urgent regarding the property of Miss Maria Alicia Ronquillo Simanya with an area of 1,715 square meters located at Barangay Banay-Banay for agricultural use to residential use. Madam Chair, I move for the urgency of the subject matter.
Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Madam Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance reclassifying the property of Miss Maria Alicia Simanya of the 1,715 square meters located at Barangay Banay-Banay from agricultural use to residential use for third and final reading.
Jointly moved by Honorable Umali, Angeles, Lina, seconded by Honorable Manalo. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Honorable Avio Rocafort, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, please refer to the Committee on Appropriation, this SK Supplemental Budget of 2023, Barangay Malitlit, Sais, and Pinagkawitan.
Any second?
Referral po.
Ay.
Vice, nasa agenda. Please consider the SK supplemental budget of Malitlit, Barangay Sais, and Pinagkawitan as urgent.
Any second? Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Madam Chair, I move that we pass a resolution approving the SK supplemental budget of 2023 of Barangay Malitlit, 337,000, Barangay Sais, 202,000, and Barangay Pinagkawitan, 650,000. The same be considered as approved for third and final reading and exempt from the three reading principle.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, Manalo, Macala, Paulo, Lina, Ronquillo, seconded by Honorable Umali. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Madam Chair, with the authority of the majority of the members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, I move that we consider as urgent the supplemental annual investment plan of the City Development Council number 2023-02, series of 2023, which was referred to the Committee on Appropriation, be considered as urgent, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Madam Chair, please consider the same as approved for third and final reading and exempt from the three reading principle.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Silva, Umali. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Madam Chair, I move that with the permission of the majority of the members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, I move that we approve the supplemental budget 2023-02 amounting to 100 million pesos. The same be considered as approved for third and final reading and exempt from the three reading principle. 100 million.
100 million. Second the motion.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Ronquillo, Umali. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Madam Chair, referred to the Committee on Appropriation is the letter request of the City Assessor's Office, headed by Engineer Maria Julieta Andal, our City Assessor, endorsed by the Office of the City Mayor. The proposed amendment, the proposed Code of Classification, Appraisal, and Assessment of Real Property in the City of Lipa be considered as urgent, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Madam Chair, I have here before I move for the approval of this committee report, I have here the certification coming from the Bureau of Local Government Finance, Region 4A, Calabarzon. The certification is, I would like to put it on record. This is to certify that the proposed schedule of fair market values of the City of Lipa submitted by Engineer Julieta Andal, our City Assessor, has been reviewed by this office and found to be in order and compliant with Republic Act Number 7160, issued under DOF Order Number 37, 2018, and Mass Appraisal Guidebook, issued under DOF Order Number 10, 2010. The Manual on Real Property Appraisal and Assessment Operations, issued under DOF Local Assessment Regulation Number 1-04, Local Assessment Regulation Number 1-2007, and other existing rules, regulations, and guidelines of the Department of this Bureau. This certification, however, notes and limits its basis on the representations made in the available sales transaction recorded and submitted by the City Assessor's Office. Further, all ensuring component activities set under Section 1, Chapter 3 of the MRPAAO, particularly the appraisal assessment calendar, shall be observed and complied with before the effectivity of the revised real property assessment submitted by the Regional Director, Giribet G. De La Torre. Madam Chair, the reason why dahilan po kung bakit tayo sa gawa ng amendment ng ating pong Code of Classification, Appraisal and Assessment of Real Property in the City of Lipa is number 1, meron pong proposal and recommendation ng Commission on Audit na baguhin po natin ang atin pong Code of Classification, Appraisal and Assessment. Number 2, Madam Chair, ay recommendation coming from the Bureau of Local Government and Finance, and number 3, recommendation coming from the Department of Interior and Local Government. Kung inyo pong mapapansin, for the record, ang atin pong Code of Classification, ang huling amendment po natin is in 2000, Madam Chair. So from 2000 up to 2023, 23 years na po ang nakalipas na hindi po natin binago yung ating pong Code of Classification, Appraisal and Assessment ng Real Property Tax sa lungsod ng Lipa. Ganon din, Madam Chair, ang City Assessor po ay nag-submit sa committee ng original proposal ng ng atin pong Real Property Tax. At doon po sa original proposal na isinabmit ng City Assessor's Office, for the record, Madam Chair, ay ang assessed value po ng property ng residential establishments ay 20%, which is the maximum level ng assessed value ng property provided for under the Local Government Code. Ang assessed value ng property sa agricultural ay 40%, maximum level din po sa Local Government Code. Sa commercial ay 50% at sa industrial ay 50%. Nag-conduct po ng committee hearing ang Committee on APRO at ipinatawag po natin ang ating mga business establishments and all sectors concerned dito po sa public hearing na ginawa natin. Marami po sa ating mga establishments represented by those who attended in the hearing ay nag-react doon po sa isinabmit ng City Assessor. Marami rin po sa ating mga kasamahang konsehal ang nagparating sa chairman ng Committee on Appropriation na marami po sa ating mga business owners and establishments na naapektuhan doon po sa increase ng ating real property tax ay nagparating ng hinaing sa chairman po ng committee na nag-conduct ng ating pong hearing. Ang sangguniang panglungsod para po sa kaalaman ng lahat at ng ating mga kababayan ay ibinoto ng taong bayan para una ay maging policy makers ng lungsod para sa direksyon na pupuntahan ng lungsod ng Lipa sa mga darating na panahon. At sa administrasyon po ng ating Mayor Eric Africa ay naipakita po natin na gumanda ng gumanda ang Lipa. Hindi lamang po pagdating sa infrastructure projects, kundi pati sa mga social services na meron tayo, Madam Chair. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, bagamat ang naidulot ng mga pag-asenso natin sa Lipa ay traffic, pero makita po natin ang pag-unlad nito. Kaakibat po ng traffic ay ang pagdami ng negosyo na pumapasok sa atin at ganun din po ang pagdami ng mga tao na pumupunta sa Lipa para magtrabaho at magnegosyo. Madam Chair, makikita rin po natin sa ating General Appropriations Ordinance ang atin pong iba't ibang social services tulad ng pension ng senior citizen, ang atin pong health card, ang atin pong scholarship program, ang atin pong PWD pensions, ang ating tupad, ang ating local 4Ps, ang atin pong mga libreng kabaong, ang atin pong establishment ng Bahay Pag-asa at Rehabilitation Center, ang atin pong boss building, ang atin pong solo parent pension at ang atin pong transport allowance na ibinibigay sa mga transport sectors natin, ang atin pong libreng ospital ng Lipa, libreng kolehiyo ng lungsod ng Lipa, at ngayon, Madam Chair, ay yung atin pong pag-acquire o pag-manage nito pong ating district hospital na Granha. Ito po ang direksyon na pinupuntahan ng lungsod ng Lipa ngayon sa administrasyon ni Mayor Eric Africa. At kaakibat po nito, Madam Chair, ay ang pangangailangan natin ng dagdag na pera para ma-maintain natin ang mga programa na ito. Pero, bagamat nangangailangan ang lungsod ng pera, ay binabalanse po natin ang kakayahan ng ating mga kababayan na magbayad ng kanilang obligasyon sa syudad ng Lipa. Kaya dito po sa ating amended proposed code of classification ay akin pong i-discuss, Madam Chair. Sa atin pong residential, doon po sa original proposal ng City Assessor, ang assessed value ng property ay maximum of 20%, ibinaba po natin ito sa 12%, Madam Chair. Sa agricultural, ang atin pong assessed value ng property ay 40%, ibinaba po natin ito sa 10%. Sa commercial establishments, Madam Chair, from 50%, ginawa natin itong 25%, Madam Chair. At sa atin pong industrial, na kung saan marami po sa lungsod ng Lipa, from 50%, ginawa po natin itong 18%. And Madam Chair, dito po sa atin sa urban district, sa commercial classification, ang unit value po ng property ay 18.4, ay pinopropose po natin na maibaba ito from 18.4 to 14,300. So Madam Chair, ito po ay pagpapakita lamang na ang syudad ng Lipa, lalong higit ang Sangguniang Panlungsod ay nakikinig sa sentimiento ng ating mga kababayan pagdating po dito sa ating real property tax. So, para po sa kaalaman din ng lahat at mailagay sa record, ang lungsod po ng Batangas from the real property ay nakakakolekta ng 441 million. Ang Tanawan City po ay nakakakolekta ng 447 million. Ang Calaca po ay municipality na ngayon ay syudad na, ay nakakakolekta po ng 165 million. Yung 165 million, Madam Chair, ay collection ng bayan ng Calaca nang sila po ay municipality. Ang lungsod ng Lipa, na matagal ng syudad, ay nakakakolekta po ng 175 million from our RPT. Almost close sa koleksyon ng Calaca na 165 million. Na dahil po sila naging city, ina-expect po natin na mas tataas ang RPT ng Calaca. So, dito po sa ating increase na ginawa, Madam Chair, doon sa original proposal ng City Assessor, ang Lipa ay makakakolekta ng additional 600 million sa atin pong real property tax. Pero dahil ibinaba po natin ito, ang makukolekta lamang po natin from 600 million ay naging 175 million, Madam Chair. Ganong kalaki po ang nabawas sa original proposal ng City Assessor. And ito pong natitirang 175 million ay magagamit po natin doon po sa acquisition natin and management and takeover nito pong Grand Hospital at yun pong dalawang super health center na ginagawa po natin sa mga barangay. So ito po ang pagdadalhan natin at magiging benepisyo nito pong ating amendment ng ating pong Code of Classification o RPT sa lungsod ng Lipa, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, I move that this particular matter be approved for third and final reading and exempt from the three reading principle as amended, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Question.
Seconded by Honorable Umali Recto. Objection? Third reading na po tayo.
Pwede naman.
Okay, question. Honorable Morada, you are recognized.
Para lang sa record.
Madam Chair, I just want to know, no, napakaliwanag naman po ng mga naulit ni Consel Avior na explanation. Totoong napakatagal na nung huli nating increase at lahat. Ang akin lang po alam ko, Consel, mahaba ang inyong naging proseso ng paghihiring para maipasa ito. Ang akin lang tanong, ito po ba ang pinakamababa o pinakamagaan? Inabot na ba natin yon para maging hindi naman mabigat para sa ating mga kababayan?
Opo, Boss Governor. Ito na po ang pinakamababa na proposal na inaprubahan natin. Kung inyo pong makikita, doon po sa binigay naming, sa isinabmit po naming computation sa option 1, na isinabmit po ng City Assessor, ang doon po sa residential, Madam Chair, ang binabayaran, doon po sa example na kung may 102 square meters ka at ang bentahan ng lupa sa lugar na iyon ay 7,000, ang binabayaran po ng ating mga kababayan sa ngayon without the amendment is 2,800. With the original request of the City Assessor na maximum pa rin po ng 20%, 7,000 po yung kanilang 7,800 po yung kanilang babayaran. Doon po sa amended natin na assessed value ng property, same square meters, ibinaba po natin yung assessed value. So from 7,800, ang babayaran na lang po ng ating mga kababayan ay 4,500. Doon po sa may-ari ng property na 102. So 7,800 minus 4,500, ganun po yung nabawas na diferensya doon po sa original proposal ng City Assessor's Office. So kung ang binabayaran po nila ngayon ay 2,800, tapos ang babayaran po nila ay 4,500, almost 1,000 plus lang po yung dumagdag sa babayaran nilang real property tax sa residential sa loob ng isang taon. So, kung 4,500 po ang kanilang babayaran for the year, doon sa nagmamay-ari ng 102 square meters ng property, Madam Chair, ay divided by 12, mag-iipon lang po sila sa loob ng isang buwan ng 375. Para pagdating ng December, may pambayad po sila na 4,500 sa real property. At ang pagdadalhan po ng pera na ito ay, number 1, ang atin pong takeover sa Granha, na maaari, kung ikaw ay residente ng Lipa, magiging, kung nagbabayad po sila dyan, mas maraming benepisyong makukuha ang ating mga kababayan sa Granha Hospital,
Madam Chair, naulit kanina ni Consel Vior na 175 million ang magiging increase. So ang madadagdag ito sa current natin. Sa Granha, pag take over ng Lipa ng Granha, mga magkano kaya ang kakailanganin?
Madam Chair, yung pong 175 million is the total amount na makukuha natin. But from the total amount, we will deduct, hindi po tayo makakakuha ng 100% efficiency rate sa collection ng real property tax. Hindi ko na po sasabihin ang mga dahilan kung bakit hindi tayo makakakuha ng 100%. Pagpalagay po natin 80% lamang out of the 175 ang efficiency rate natin, o 85%, Madam Chair. Ngayon, from 175, times mo sa 85%, ito yung ating feasible collection, Madam Chair, 30%, you will deduct the 30% from that. Yung pong 30% ay share ng barangay. Ang 70% po matitira sa city at ito po ang magagamit natin para sa operation and takeover ng Granha. Yung 30% na share ng barangay, Madam Chair, ay pupunta po sa bayari natin pagdating sa mga poste ng barangay. Kung matatandaan po ninyo, during the privilege speech of Consejel Gali Angeles, isa po sa clamor ng mga kababayan natin, hindi lang na ipinararating sa atin, but also by means of social media, ay may mga poste nga po tayo, may street lights tayo, pero walang ilaw. Ngayon, masusolusyonan po natin ang problemang yan dahil ang 30% po nito na share sa barangay, dito po natin ilalagay, Madam Chair. So, hindi na po magdidilim sa Lipa.
Ayun naman po, Madam Chair, akin lang naman po on behalf of syempre, yung mga business sector na mga nakakausap rin natin, yung mga apektuhan, inevitable naman na hindi magtaas ng real property tax. Nangyayari ito sa iba't ibang bayan, sa iba't ibang lugar. At gaya nga ng naulit mo ni Consel Vior, ang Lipa, mas mababa pa kaysa sa mga ibang bayan, Kalaka. Ang akin lang, sana po ito ay yung pinakamagaan na maibibigay natin sa panahon na to para sa ating mga kababayan na nagbabayad ng real property tax at kung meron pang pagkakataon, kung ano pang adjustment ang pwede, alam ko, pinag-aaralan mo dahil ang layo na rin dun sa initial na proposal. Kaya yun lang po ang ating request. Ang mga taxpayers, masaya naman na nagbabayad, lalo na kung may nakikita silang kaunlaran sa ating lungsod. So, yun lang. At sana, yung pinakamababa pa kung kaya pa.
Kung inyo po titingnan, Madam Chair, ikumpara na lang po natin. Ang Tanawan po kasi maraming mga industrial zones. Pero ang Batangas City naman may mga ports. May mga ano sa kaya libre ito sa real property eh. So Madam Chair, kung titingnan po ninyo ang Tanawan City, ito pong mga bayan na ito ay very consistent. Doon po sa 3 years requirement na magtaas ang real property. So under the local government code, every 3 years, mandated ang LGU na mag-amend ng atin pong real property tax. Ang LIPA, because hindi ko naman po sinabing ganito ang ibang bayan, wala silang pakialam. But dahil sa atin po ay napakamaawain ng mga opisyal na nahalal, ay from 2000, ngayon pa lang po ulit tayo nag-increase o nag-amend ng atin pong real property tax. At hindi pa rin po natin matutumbasan yung ibang bayan. Mas mataas pa rin po sila. Katulad po sa Calaca, 165 million. Municipality. Expect po tayo natataas to dahil ito'y city. Sa Lipa, 175. A difference of 10M ang diferensya ng dalawa. So, ito po ang pinakamababa. Kaya po, maganda na ito'y ina-announce na rin natin para yung mga investors ay makita nila na mas mababa pa rin sa Lipa. So sa halip na sa ibang bayan sila mag-invest, dahil mas mataas sa kanila, punta na lang po sila sa Lipa para mas madagdagan po ang investors na papasok sa atin, Madam Chair.
Yun lang naman, Madam Chair. Alam ko, ginawa ni Consela Vior yung proseso ng mga hearing at yun nga, kung makakatulong pa tayo sa anong paraan sa darating na mga panahon, gawin din natin. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. May nag-second na.
Wala na?
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Any second? Session is now adjourned. Thank you, Honorables.